Welcome everyone to a casted game for Zerospace, and today spawning in the southeast corner of the map playing in green we've got Thrax, opening up with a double Rax. It rhymes, I know. Now in the northwest corner of the map playing in yellow, we've got Fatal Exit playing as the Legion faction. Welcome everyone to Mountain Peak, that's the map for today, and Fatal Exit opening up with the Inquisitress, the melee hero for the Legion. A great hero, an interesting one, has two abilities of course, has the charge ability but also has the cleave ability. The cleave ability doing damage in front in a line to all its enemies. In the northeast, that's the control tower being accessed by Thrax, opening up with the Prefect Nova. Has three abilities. This particular hero has the stun blast, which as you can imagine, well, it fires a blast. It deals 50 damage and stuns enemies in a small area for 3 seconds. Also is able to charge across the map a little bit, and also is able to construct a light turret. Has some of those commanders, as you'd expect with the double Rax opening, coming out for the Protectorate. Now going down to the southwest, getting a lot of those little critters killed. We'll be getting the Hexite boosting in for the Legion. Opening up with an early Harvester as well, and a double Barracks himself, and looking to pack a punch. Both players going for an aggressive approach, and I wonder who that favors. I mean, it feels like the Legion can spam out a lot of units very quickly. They do tend to swarm, but I'd love to see this engagement for Thrax with the double Barracks opening for the Legion. Hope you guys have been enjoying the casted games recently on the channel on Zerospace. Hoping to bring you plenty of more content, all related to Zerospace, of course. The high yield flux just about to be deposited pretty close to home, I gotta say, so I would imagine we might be seeing the Harvester go out to that high yield flux very soon, as long as he can protect it. That's the important issue. Gonna look to decap that western control tower there for Fatal Exit, and he will. But Fatal Exit will be aware, and look at that, he immediately moves right to try and maybe get the central control tower with the Inquisitress. He does just that. Now, I hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel recently. If you have, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. It really helps on the YouTube algorithm side of things. You guys may know me as Age of Empires Forecaster, but I'm going to try and make it here on Zerospace too. And, well, take a look at that. Prefect Nova uses that stun blast damage, looking to snipe out the Inquisitress, and does just that with those commanders. Those Thralls have to back away. Great engagement there for Thrax and the Protectorate here. Take a look at that, looking to use the charge with the hero, and also the jump jet abilities with the commandos. But Fatal Exit, he gets out of there. He uses the reclaim, the retreat top bar ability for the Legion. Backs away, looks to reset and recover up and recuperate with a third barracks now, looking to spam out even more units with double control tower access. The talents will be coming in thick and fast, and you can see the improved beam up comes in first for Thrax, and then we get value and death for the Thralls and the Legion. Moving up to the northeast now potentially, we shall see, but does have an expansion now in the middle. It looks like the Legion just staying on one core base for now, looking to get a healing obelisk just to heal up the Thralls, and then maybe expand a little bit later. But moving up north now with the second expansion, with the map control that he has, Protectorate looking in a good spot, I gotta say. Maybe looking to now tech up into getting some Avengers potentially, maybe even a Striker or two. They could do a lot of damage against the Thralls potentially, but the Thralls are moving across the map now, looking to challenge the middle control tower just to deny the XP coming in for the Protectorate. Gotta be careful though, might take the engagement. I mean, there's a lot of Thralls, and I love the peeling off of those 3 Thralls going southwest to try and decap that control tower. And, well, Thrax not dumping in too quickly. Just maybe looking to build up units and build on from there. Does have a quadruple Rax now, I believe it is. No, it's a triple Rax for now. Looking to just heal on up. Not a bad idea at all. Maybe looking to get that middle control tower now. Does have a couple of those Dread Snipers. So went up with the Dread Mercenaries today. Now the Dread Sniper is a long-range infantry as you can imagine, but it also has stealth as you can see. And deals damage, bonus damage versus light units, which you'd love to see actually. I think will do really well against the Thralls, no doubt about that. Getting a rich flux as well with the Harvester talent. The second one has arrived. And it will be the infantry walker damage, 10% weapon damage for infantry and walkers, and that will really boost up those commandos as well as those snipers. Going for that secondary base expansion now, Fatal Exit. A little bit delayed, but he does have a large standing army. I wonder whether he's going to go for a big push soon. Could be a good timing though for the Protectorate to head forward with a third base. Looks like he's getting ready for that actually, I gotta say. You can build up their Hexite, 400 Hexite coming into the bank, and I suspect that'll be a third base expansion pretty soon. Heading northeast, tentatively, looking to decap that control tower in the northeast. There is that expansion. So Thrax really playing that macro game. But Legion coming in with a terror tank. That's where all the resources have been spent on. This is looking dangerous. Feels like this could be a good timing push for Fatal Exit, rather. Getting the second upgrade, the second talent, reused equipment, thralls that do die, refund 25% of the cost, and that can spiral out of control. Definitely a good snowball mechanic in some ways. Might be taking the engagement here. Do the commanders know about the tank? They do now. There's no Tyrus on the tank. Takes engagement with a lot of thralls. Inquisitress gets involved. Inquisitress uses the cleave ability. Doesn't get too much value. The Inquisitress does die in the end. Prefect Nova still alive in the middle of the commanders. Great micro. But thralls looking decent numbers. And this is looking bad for the Protectorate. It has to head back. And that timing push working really well for Fatal Exit. Was it too greedy for that third base expansion? Possibly. But if it can make it work and if it can defend, it could work out in the end. But take a look at this. Mercenaries, well, reinforcements coming in now with commandos. Now all of a sudden, Fatal Exit having to back away. Great showmanship of that top bar ability. I mean, this is looking good now for the Protectorate all of a sudden. But that healing obelisk will certainly help protect. That is a tank at the end of the day. Terror tank. I don't think he wants to engage that head on. It doesn't really have enough in this stage, even with more reinforcements coming in on the back line. The stun blast does get deployed, but again, fighting underneath the obelisk is not necessarily ideal, especially with the guardian obelisk involved. Does have a light turret. It's taking the engagement just now, just about escapes with the Prefect Nova. Uses the charge ability to get out of there. Does lose the light turret in the end, and great skirmish there for both players. Looking to recover and recuperate just a little bit. Looking to decap that control tower on the right, and also the one on the west. Setting some units now there, Fatal Exit. Not many, but enough to decap it, of course. Getting a research lab, looking to tech up these units.
We're on it, sir.
Now it's got the a decent number of upgrades, as you can imagine, from... Well, it's got some veterancy as well. That certainly helps having these talents for this infantry. We're heading westwards now. Those thralls looking to get some damage and looking to snipe out that harvester. Manages to retreat with it. It's pretty tanky in the end. And does look to save its life, of course. Research lab up and running.
Orders, sir.
Going down the south, and with all three control towers now for Fatal Exit, Pendulum might be swinging. He's certainly looking to get valuable XP and some talents of his own. Coming up the ramp now. Onto that second base expansion. Will the Protectorate spot it? They do, and they did take out a couple of fools that were left alone, and Inquisitor's diving in. The stun ability comes in great there for the Protectorate Nova. The Prefect Nova loses the Inquisitress once again. The thralls, though, starting to swarm with a terror tank behind, but a couple of bastions. Now, those bastions will do a lot of splash damage against the thralls. Trying to snipe out the Hexate nodes, but is it a good trade? I'm not so sure. Now, bear in mind that the Legion do have some recycling, 25% of the cost of being recycled, but he loses all those thralls, and that was devastating. He might even lose the terror tank if it doesn't get recorded. It does look like it's being recorded now. I'm not so sure. Will it get recorded? I mean, that's a lot of thralls still there, actually. They came in. I mean, he's holding on for now. Decent number of commandos. Defensive reinforcements certainly coming in. Does lose that outpost, though. The operating tower, rather. And that's a big push from that tank. Getting a healing obelisk, and well, despite the light turret goes down, and well, Legion are actually doing pretty well in this situation. They're getting a good foothold, but two Avengers pop out, and I think the tank might need to back away at this point. It does now. Goes down the ramp and escapes. Just in time. Will lose the obelisk. But that was a good push nonetheless. Denying that second expansion, and well, take a look. Talking about second expansions, that's exactly what Fatal Exit does behind this. Great game of Zerospace so far. Building up some units. Now, I want to see whether maybe there could be some strikers popping out. Looking to expand once again and recover that operating tower. Control tower on the north. Going to be decapped. Take a look at that. 4 talents involved, though, for Thrax. Going to get the mercenary reinforcements, so they're going to be coming in with a random basic mercenary unit as well when they do come in. Prefect Nova. He comes back to the fight. Now, the Bastion's involved. There's quite a lot of heavy infantry reliance on this army, but does have one factory producing another Avenger. Triple Barracks still the play here for Fatal Exit and the Legion. Looks like a heavy grouping of Bastions, adding in a couple of commandos in behind that. Flux income looking decent for Thrax, I gotta say. Well, as in the bank of it. Not really the income, only 90 actually. Fatal Exit is getting a decent chunk with the 2 harvesters, getting the rich flux as well. Although, actually, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, that is Fatal Exit. Sometimes there are a bit of observer bugs, as you can see. The Fatal Exit's name's written in green, but of course he's playing as yellow. It's make it a bit tricky to tell sometimes, but this is of course an alpha, so I wouldn't want to worry about that at all. That stuff will be fixed for sure. Prefect Nova, he does a massive damage, stun damage coming up with that ability, but he does lose his life in the end. And more with 2 tanks on the field now for the Legion, this could be a problem. The obelisk is up. That's the phasing obelisk. That's going to be great for the Legion, pushing back the army, no doubt about that. And well, protectorate having to head back home. Will they be back home quick enough? That's the question. Now bear in mind, that phasing obelisk, what it did was actually cause the enemies to take 20% more damage and reduce the movement speed by 30%, but taking the engagement once more, and 2 tanks there could be devastating. Because let's have a couple of bastions. Another phasing obelisk gets deployed for the Legion. 2 Avengers on the back. It's starting to be healed up a little bit, but take a look at this. Reinforcements. I'm not sure this is going to be enough here. This is not looking great for Thrax. That's a lot of thralls, 2 tanks as well. He needs more reinforcements. They do come out now. But will it be enough? He's down to 40 population. This is looking rough. Might lose that research lab. He does. And with now a Guardian Obelisk in that position, that's a stronghold that he's fighting with. Does lose the hero in the end. And there's still 2 tanks there. Fully equipped, it seems, with lots of turrets on them. 4 turrets each. And if he takes out the production, that could become a problem. Looking to do just that. And well, the factory's under fire. The barracks are under fire. And the thralls keep coming. He's got 3 control towers as well. And Fatal Exit does have the spawning of the monolith available to him if he so wishes to use it. Also has valkaru Rage. Coming back forward with the Inquisitress. Diving further forward. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thrax, he taps out. He disconnects from the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this casted game for Zerospace. Take care and see you next time.